What a putrid offering. Don't fight. You have been chosen. Behold. Everything has already been written. But perhaps you will attempt to change your destiny.
I hate whiskey. I used to be an avid reader. The Wentworth Agency doesn't attract top-notch cases. The Lost Battalion. Holding your position and obeying orders. Been too long since I've slept in a bed. I wonder why I still take these things. I should get rid of all this stuff. Natural sciences, linguistics, archaeology, a good old story of blackmail in a speakeasy. Been a while since I jotted down something other than my nightmares. I'm listening.
Are you Edward Pierce, private investigator contracted by the Wentworth Detective Agency?
That's correct.
Hello, Mr. Pierce. I'm Lucy Sherifield, in charge of investigators over at Wentworth. I'm calling because of a problem with your file. A fire has destroyed some of our documents.
Is that right?
I'm so very sorry, but I have to collect your personal information yet again. be up to date. And on a related matter, may I raise a sensitive question?
What's wrong?
As you know, we wish to closely monitor the progress of our contractors. And it would seem you've been accepting fewer new cases.
Work is scarce.
Mr. Pierce, you know as well as I do, there's never been more investigative work than now.
But are those cases worth it?
They're worth not losing your license. Show yourself worthy of the Wentworth Detective Agency, and we might keep you on the payroll. Mr. Pierce, are you still...
I'm coming.
Sir, I came here on the advice of a person whom I hold in high esteem, and I must say that I expected anything but a drunkard's lair.
You're free to leave anytime, sir.
Do you know to whom you speak?
Stephen Webster, industrialist and art collector. All of Boston knows you.
Tell me, Mr. Pierce, are you capable of handling a new case, or are you simply a deadbeat inebriate?
If you come to me, it means you're desperate.
Nobody believes me. They take me for an old fool. Sarah, my little girl, she is dead. Even you must know of her. She was Sarah Hawkins.
The painter? Yes. Everyone knows her work.
The police accuse her of killing her family. They all died in a fire. Sarah, her husband, and Simon, my grandson.
I can't do anything for a woman who is already dead.
Find out the truth. They say she was mad, but I know that's a lie. She would never have done such a thing.
But if you have no proof...
I've brought all that I have. Look. I want you to look carefully at this painting. Tell me all the assumptions that come to mind.
What am I supposed to find?
Tell me if this is the work of madness. Or if, on the contrary, you manage to detect some logic, a rationality to follow so that I may understand it.
Is that all you want from me?
Yes, please.
All right. I'll look at your picture. That's all you've got? The painting?
I placed a file on your desk. It contains everything I have on the affair.
A warehouse on Darkwater. Some sketches of the Hawkins family. Rather thin. What's this symbol on the man's chest? It's as if Sarah Hawkins breathed a message into it.
So, Mr. Pierce, what do you make of these elements?
Darkwater. Never heard of the place. Where is that?
It's a small, remote island off the coast of Boston. Sarah lived there with her son and her husband.
I suppose you want to ship me off there.
Darkwater holds the secret regarding my daughter, Mr. Pierce. You must uncover it.
You must tell me if what the police suggest about the mental state of your daughter is true.
No. Sarah had visions. Everyone knew that. She never would have hurt a fly. She only thought she saw things.
Saw things? What do you mean by that?
I never knew what she meant by that. My daughter was an enigmatic figure, Mr. Pierce. You must find out the truth about her life and death.
The meaning be exactly as it appears. I think your daughter is sending you a message.
That's what I believe, too. It was 3 months ago that I received the call from the police telling me of my daughter's death. And yet a short while after, this painting was delivered to my home. The painting is linked to this case, can't you see? You must find the meaning behind all this.
Her husband was a big deal on the island. But the police are sticking to the accident theory. Though they mentioned Sarah's mental state was fragile. I believe you are right, sir. This case is not as simple as it appears.
I am aware of that. I believe there is more to this case than just an accident.
The sender's label mentions Warehouse 36.
That's right. It came with Sarah's last painting.
And you think your daughter could have been the sender?
That is what you must find out. Go to Darkwater. Find Warehouse 36.
The sender's label mentions Warehouse 36.
That's right. It came with Sarah's last painting.
And you think your daughter could have been the sender?
That is what you must find out. Go to Darkwater. Find Warehouse 36.
I think I'm beginning to understand.
I'm willing to do anything for my daughter to recover her honor.
Quiet down. I'm on your side. Let's sum things up. An artist dies with her family in a house fire. Your only clue is a sort of promontory painting sent from Darkwater right before her death.
Correct. And the rumors about her supposed folly.
Which you don't totally deny.
Find that warehouse. Find out the truth regarding Sarah Hawkins' death. You'll be handsomely compensated.
All right. I'll take the case. I'll go to Darkwater and look into the death of your daughter.
Thank you, Mr. Pierce. I didn't expect any less coming from a man in your situation.
Something's queer. But it's not like I have a choice. Darkwater. I think I've got a book on the North Atlantic. I'll no doubt find some information on this. Darkwater is off the coast of Boston. But I've never heard of it. According to this book, it was often mentioned during whale hunting times at the end of the 19th century. But it seems to have been shunned since then. All I have to do is go to the port. Natural sciences, linguistics, archaeology. I used to be an avid reader. Married woman runs off with her girlfriend. The husband couldn't understand it. The Lost Battalion. Holding your position and obeying orders. That isn't courage.
almost there. Stay on board. There's guys coming to unload. Welcome to Darkwater Island, Mr. Pierce.
Why, thank you, Captain Fitzroy.
So, what wind brought you?
Does the Hawkins case mean anything to you?
A sad story that we would all prefer to forget. Charles Hawkins may have been a landlubber, but he was a good man.
And his wife, Sarah Hawkins.
A nice young woman, and a great painter. What a tragedy. You know what? Go have a drink at the Stranded Whale. What you need is a good pick-me-up. Mitchell may not be very welcoming, but his bar holds a surprise for you. As for me, you'll find me at the Harbor Master's office. If it's the Hawkins family that brings you here, I have a pile of documents that should interest you.
Understood. I'm going for a look around the docks.
Let the police do their work. Hey, Sullivan. Can't you go any faster?
You've seen how old this thing is. If we force it too much, we'll break everything.
You can't do that.
The blood is just beginning to coagulate. It died a short time ago. Killer whales have few predators. And there are no sharks in these waters. What creature could possibly have done this?
Don't put that beast back in the water, you shysters! You're crazy!
They're cops. They can't understand.
Damn stupid idiots.
Hey, be careful. Let's get him another drink. He's dry.
In my bar, we don't serve troublemakers.
Icy grounds for not right. Well, there is no, and the weather is rough, and the winds do blow, and there's little comfort here. I'd sooner be snug in a dead fall tub, a drinking of strong beer. If I had the wing of the girly boys, I was better than to fly home. I'd leave old Greenslands, icy grounds, for not a right wells there is no. And the weather is rough, and the winds do blow, and there's little comfort here. I'd sooner be snug in a dead...
Pure instinct. I behaved like a Hun, and I sincerely apologize.
Veteran, huh?
307th Infantry Regiment.
Oh. Well, that'll be okay for now. But the war is over. Try not to forget it.
I'm here for information, not for a fight.
I prefer it that way. Speak then. I reserve the right to answer or not.
And the winds do blow, and there's little comfort here.
What can you tell me about her?
We all knew she was famous on the mainland for her paintings. Never understood why. Then, I don't want to speak ill of the dead.
Her vision. Was it so terrible?
The way I see it, the truth is really a question of point of view.
What do you mean by that?
Do you still trust the truth after a bottle of whiskey?
Her style made her famous. How would you describe it? Tortured?
Yeah. Well, it wasn't normal. I mean, for a young woman with a child and all that. We saw them in the papers and we said to ourselves, who can paint such things? Is that how she sees the world?
So they made you feel uncomfortable?
You need to see them for yourself. Make up your own mind.
I've got what I need.
Anything else?
The stranded whale. I guess this bar has been here a long time.
What can I tell you? I'm a nostalgic sort of guy. The name, it reminds us of the golden age of dockwater, when our whalers left for long months and came back sweating and stinking of the oil and flesh of the whales they'd been hunting.
It was a tough time, all the same.
Ah, but steeped in glory. We've never known such wealth since then.
And the weather is rough, and the winds do blow, and there's little comfort here.
I didn't expect to find alcohol on this island. What's the source of this miracle?
You mean who? Our source of supply wouldn't like me to betray them to the first comer.
I'll tell nobody.
She'd know it anyway. Anything else?
Do you know where this place is? Warehouse 36, Darkwater Harbor.
The Hawkins warehouse. I see, yeah. If I were you, I wouldn't hang around there.
Why not?
First off, there are rumors. Sailors from around here say you can hear noises coming from the warehouse at night. Screams, that sort of thing.
Screams?
And that's not all. There's the fate of its owners and all the superstitions that go with it. But I'll say no more. Anything else?
That'll be all for now.
Nightmares. Can hear things and voices whispering. Will follow its reader and appear at various locations, gifted with its own consciousness, until it finds a new reader.
And
then he said, "You have no right to treat us like this."
Do you like our song?
We're true sirens. We may not be pros, but we give it all we've got.
That's true. It's a reminder of the time when we were still fishing for whales off Darkwater Island.
What brought whaling to an end?
The whales, of course.
They all disappeared.
You exhausted the stocks.
You could say that, yes. There were fewer and fewer of them.
Until the last, the biggest.
The one of the miraculous catch.
Exactly.
I've never heard this song before.
Only people from here know it. It tells the story of the miraculous catch.
It's a local legend?
Watch what you say, young man.
That catch saved our island.
Ah. Where's the proof?
We're the proof.
Without it, the whole of Darkwater would have died of hunger in 1847.
It's true. Everything happened just as it says in the newspaper report.
What report?
The one that's framed right behind you. Our grandparents tasted its flesh.
And it was delicious.
I bid you farewell, gentlemen.
Good night, stranger.
So long.
If I had the wing of a girly voice, I would spread a man's fly.
You have no right to treat us.
The miraculous catch. Apparently, the most significant event of the last 80 years.
There is no, and the weather is rough, and the winds do blow, and there's little comfort here. I'd sooner be snug in a dead-fall pub, drinking of strong beer. If I had the wing of a girly voice, I would spread the man fly home. I'd leave old Queensland's icy grounds.
And the doctor, what did he say?
Well, there is no.
My God.
And the weather is rough.
What you looking at, stranger?
I've rarely seen a woman who can hold her liquor so confidently.
What gives you the right to judge me?
Ah, it was a compliment.
So what? Let me drink, stranger. I told you to beat it.
She will do it again, you know. The girl doctor.
Charles Hawkins was a heavy drinker. And a debtor. Interesting. I wonder what Captain Fitzroy has got to say about this woman, Cat. Fishing equipment. Could do with some rust remover. A souvenir from a more prosperous era. I guess this blackboard hasn't been wiped for more than 70 years. The Scylla. It finished up beached at the entrance to the harbor. This man and Fitzroy could be twins. What a macabre souvenir.
I've brought out the Charles Hawkins cargo manifests. They're on the table next to you. But in truth, you're likely to be disappointed. When you're done, come join me on the deck.
These manifests are signed by Charles Hawkins. But that's all I'll get from them.
You have no right to treat us like this.
And the doctor, what did he say?
He laughed. My God. You said it.
You'll see what a true sailor's got in his belly. You hear that? You bilge
There's
rats
nothing for you
don't
here
scare
either.
me.
What did he
Wait,
call us just now?
I said you were a bilge rat. And even a
Pops, they can't understand.
Damn stupid idiots.
Forget it. Nobody listens to us anyway.
That's no way to treat an omen.
Oh, yeah? He's gonna get us into trouble. You can't understand. You're not...
From here, I see everything that goes on in the harbor. The hard-working lives of my sailors, the fights at the stranded whale. Even the antics of these wharf rats don't escape me.
It's you who lays down the law around here.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far. I'm just the last serving captain on Darkwater. Tell me what I can do to help you.
I was looking at your photograph. The one of the man in front of the boat.
Ah, yes, I can see the one you're talking about.
Interesting resemblance. I thought it was you, but with a wooden leg.
And for good reason. That's my father in the photograph.
Your father?
John Fitzroy, captain of the Scylla. His wooden leg is here. You can go and see it if you're interested.
I'm just back from the wharves. The dead killer whale is unsettling the sailors.
Ah, yes. Us men of the sea are superstitious folk.
I examined its wounds. I know of no creature able to cause them.
And I took you for a detective.
Believe me when I say that these wounds are significant.
Come. You've only just arrived on Darkwater, and already you think like a sailor.
The police took the decision to put the killer whale back into the sea.
You've got to understand them. They didn't know what to do with it.
I think that was a mistake. Who says that whatever caused those wounds is no longer in these waters?
You think we should have kept it?
To look into the real cause of its death, at least. The miraculous catch. Is it a local legend?
Not at all. It's an episode from our glorious past. Go read the story of the sailor's return to Darkwater Harbor. It's displayed on a wall of the stranded whale.
I found a threatening letter, signed by a certain cat.
What? I don't mind you visiting my harbor master's office, but I'd prefer if you didn't go through my affairs.
Are you being blackmailed?
Not exactly, no. That shyster wants to make us pay protection money.
With any success?
I wouldn't say that, but she terrifies my men as much as her own.
Can you not do anything to stop her?
Don't you worry about that.
Your manifests have been blacked out. They're totally unreadable.
Yeah, I saw that. I've got no idea who did it or why. I don't remember having countersigned anything special enough for someone to hide it.
And why obliterate the dates, as well as the goods stored in the warehouse?
You mean that the dates have some meaning?
I know that Charles Hawkins was descended from a family of ship owners, and the island's fishing industry was hit badly.
Indeed, we specialized in whaling, but no whalers went out to sea after the miraculous catch of 1847.
So where did the Hawkins family get its money?
Well, from what Charles inherited, I presume. Although, these dates on the manifests could indicate that he had contracts of another kind.
With whom, I wonder? I'm looking for Warehouse 36. Do you know where it is?
Look, it's right there. The warehouse is opposite the jetty. You can't miss it.
Understood.
You know who the building belongs to, don't you?
It belonged to the Hawkins family.
Precisely.
I think that somebody here wanted me to search this warehouse. I shall be on my way.
So come back and see me when you've got something new.
You're crazy. They're cops. They can't understand. Damn stupid.
These wounds. I know of no animal that could have inflicted them.
That's no way to treat an omen.
Oh, yeah. He's gonna get us into trouble.
You live here?
Why did you do that, huh?
We saw what you did to St. Brendan.
Yeah, we'll teach you to come onto our island and ridicule our protectors.
I've never heard of this saint. Is it a local belief?
But everyone knows St. Brendan, the navigator.
He's the patron saint of whales and whalers.
What happened to the statue?
Go see for yourself. He's at the end of the jetty.
There's you, our beloved statue, and then those two bozos behind us. Wait, now that I think about it, it's got to be them. There's one of them who's always going back and forth to the statue.
Quieter. That's all we need for them to hear us.
What brings you to Darkwater?
The two guys behind you. What are they guarding?
The bootleggers. Scum.
They're protecting their territory. From whom, I wonder?
They really don't have a choice anyway. They're more scared of Cat than an attack by drunken sailors.
If only they would kill each other.
Is it Cat who's shaking down Captain Fitzroy?
Hold on just a minute. We didn't tell you a thing.
Nothing at all.
That statue represents your local saint.
What do you mean by local, exactly?
You wouldn't be looking down at us, like all townspeople do.
St. Brendan. He protected whalers and fishermen like us. Until those assholes defaced him.
Peculiar house.
Yeah, that's where we live. Our boat.
It's not because it doesn't float anymore that we're going to abandon it.
Isn't it a bit early for alcohol?
We got nothing better to do anyway. There's not much work around here.
Fitzroy gives us a few chores every now and again, but since the whaling station shut down, ain't a lot of jobs left around here.
So we drink.
I've taken enough of your time.
We'll see you later.
Damnation, I broke it. St. Brendan, patron saint of sailors and travelers. Desecrated. I can't even say which language it's written in. It's no use. The padlock won't give.
Where do you think you're going?
Who are these others so interested in the warehouse?
And why would I tell you?
I'd like to know more about the Hawkins case.
I don't think so.
I thought that the Hawkins case had been closed.
That's true.
So what are you doing on guard duty in front of this warehouse?
Who's asking the questions here, the cop or the tourist?
What more can you say about the death of the Hawkins family?
Not much more than what everyone knows. I wasn't on the case. They were all burnt to death, right? Up at their place.
The whole mansion went up in flames.
Don't get it into your head to go wandering around up there. It's dangerous.
What do you mean by that?
The only one left there is old Silas, and the accident has affected him badly. He can be unpredictable, especially if a stranger starts poking around the property.
Is he a danger to the public?
No, he's in his own home. Do yourself a favor. Leave him well alone.
Come on, you could tell me. Who's this guy?
No idea. You better keep it shut.
Why, we don't have a clear conscience.
Quiet. What's with you wandering around here like a hungry dog?
We saw you talking to the two soaks. Go die of thirst, the lot of you. It'll stink less.
I've got to enter the Hawkins warehouse. I guess it's going to be complicated.
No, it's very simple, in fact. Fuck off.
I don't give a damn about your racket. I just want to get into this warehouse.
And we don't give a damn about you. Whatever your reason for wanting inside, there's nothing we can do for you.
I went to see the statue of St. Brendan.
What makes you think we did it?
We're bootleggers, not savages.
Who do you think defaced the statue?
What do I know? They could have done it by themselves.
The sailors.
Who else, in your opinion? And who's interested?
So, who are you?
Are you stupid or are you doing it on purpose?
Everybody knows us on Darkwater.
I've just arrived.
Let's just say we're standing guard for the owner of the site. And we let no one enter her property.
Kat. She's your boss.
What? You listen through keyholes?
She's the boss, yeah. She says who goes in or not.
Shut up, you dummy. You wanted to know that you also talk too much.
She must be quite intimidating if she can make two men like you tremble.
She redid the smile at the last one who wanted to get in.
I hope he had a good dentist.
No, you don't understand. She really cut him a new smile.
But he only smiles with the left cheek.
She sounds frightening, your boss.
And she doesn't like to be talked about behind her back.
What are you guarding, exactly?
Listen, bonehead, we already told you that we're guarding our boss's turf.
I've got to get inside. It's your boss who sent me.
Oh, yeah? And why didn't she say anything to us?
She sent me to see who's filching her stock.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You got no proof to back up your claims, and I'd advise you against snitching.
If I can't get rid of those two, I'll have to look for another way.
How could you be dumb enough to leave the entrance to the warehouses unguarded?
Keep your voice down. Why not go and shout at the cat while you're at it? I don't want to end up with her little knife under my throat.
It's a stiletto, you idiot. And with that smell on your breath, I don't give you much chance anyway. Something real bad.
Don't put that beast back in the water, you shysters. You're crazy.
You saw what happened with those sailors. Don't hang around here unless you want trouble with the bootleggers.
I've seen the kind of messages their boss sends. You're not scared of her.
Of course I am. Everyone's scared of that woman. She's not interested in small fry like me. You, on the other hand, nose around too much, you'll have dealings with her.
This warehouse looks abandoned. Why does it interest them so much?
No doubt a question of territory, but I ain't asking. You want to know more, go ask the captain.
Good. Thank you. I shall take my leave.
left.
My God. You said it.
What can I get you?
Of strong beer. I had the wing of the girly boys. I was better than the fire hole.
Captain Fitzroy told me about a little pick-me-up.
You want a drink?
I see grounds for not a right. Well, there is no. And the weather is rough, and the winds do blow, and there's little comfort here. I'd sooner be snug in a dead fall town.
I wouldn't say no to a glass.
Try this.
I think we'll get along well.
Well, there is no. The weather is rough, and the winds do blow, and there's little comfort here. I'd sooner be snug in a dead fall town, drinking of strong beer. I had the wing of the girly boys. I was better than the fire hole. I'd leave old Greenslands, icy grounds, for not a right. Well, there is no. And the weather is rough, and the winds do blow, and there's little comfort here. I'd sooner be snug in a dead fall town, drinking of strong beer. I had the wing of the girly boys. I was better than the fire hole. I'd leave old Greenslands, icy grounds, for not a right. Well, there is no. And the weather is rough, and the winds do blow, and there's little comfort here. I'd sooner be snug in a dead fall town, drinking of strong beer. I had the wing of the girly boys. I was better than the fire hole. I'd leave old Greenslands, icy grounds, for not a right. Well, there is no. And the weather is rough, and the winds do blow, and there's little comfort here. I'd sooner be snug in a dead fall town, drinking of strong beer. I had the wing of the girly boys. I was better than the fire hole. I'd leave old Greenslands, icy grounds, for not a right. Well, there is no. And the weather is rough, and the winds do blow, and there's little comfort here. I'd sooner be snug in a dead fall town, drinking of
That'll be all for now.
doctor, what did he say?
He
laughed.
My God.
Comfort here. I'd sooner be snug in a dead a drinking
The girl
of
doctor,
strong
cold.
beer.
She won't stop asking.
Not that again. She will get us into trouble.
I know.
Then the fire hole. I'd leave all Greenland's icy grounds for not a ride. Well, there is no. And the weather is rough, and the winds do blow, and there's little comfort here.
And then he said, "You have no right to treat us like this."
And the doctor, what did he say?
He laughed.
My God.
You said it.
If I had the wings of the girly boys, I was
She will do it again.
Oh.
The girl doctor, cold. She won't stop asking.
Not that again. She will get us into trouble.
I know.
And the weather is rough, and the winds do blow, and there's little comfort here. I'd sooner be snug in a dead fall town, drinking of strong beer. If I had the wing of the girl,
You have no right to treat us like this.
I was better than the fire.
He laughed.
My God.
You said
icy grounds for not a ride. Well, there is no.
She will do it again.
And the weather is rough.
The girl
And
doctor,
the wind
cold.
to blow.
She won't stop asking.
There's little
Not that
comfort
again.
here.
She will get us into trouble.
I'd sooner
I
be
know.
snug in a dead fall town, drinking of strong beer. If I had the wing of the girly boys, I was better than the fire hole. I'd leave all Greenland's icy
And then he
grounds
said,
for not
"You have no right to
well,
treat us
there
like
is
this."
no.
And the doctor, what did he say?
The weather is
He
rough,
laughed.
and the wind
My God.
to blow.
You said
There's little comfort here. I'd sooner be snug
do it again.
in a dead fall town,
The girl doctor,
drinking
cold.
of
She won't
strong
stop asking.
beer.
Not that again.
I had the
She will
wing
get us
of
into
the
trouble.
girly
I know.
boys.
I
I was better than the fire hole. I'd leave all Greenland's icy grounds for not a ride. Well, there is no. And the weather is rough, and the winds do blow, and there's little
then he said,
comfort here.
"You have no right to treat us like
I'd
this."
sooner be
The
snug
doctor,
in a
what did he say?
fall
He
town,
laughed.
drinking
My God.
of strong
You said
beer. If I had the wing of the girly boys,
She will do it again.
I was better
Oh.
than the
The
fire
girl doctor,
hole.
cold. She won't stop asking.
Not that again. She will get us into trouble.
I know.
There is no. And the weather is rough, and the winds do blow, and there's little comfort here. I'd sooner be snug in a dead fall town, drinking of strong beer.
And then he said,
I had
"You have
the
no
wing
right to
of
treat us like this."
And the doctor, what did he say?
He
laughed.
My God.
You said
all Greenland's icy grounds for not a ride. Well, there is no.
Oh.
The girl doctor, cold. She won't stop asking.
Not that again.
She
will get us into trouble.
I know.
I'd sooner be snug in a dead fall town, drinking of strong beer. If I had the wing of the girly boys, I was better than the fire hole. I'd leave all Greenland
And then he
he said, "You have no right to treat us like this."
And the doctor, what did he say?
He laughed.
My God.
And the winds to blow, and there's little comfort here.
She will do it again, you know. Oh, the girl doctor, Colden. She won't stop asking.
Not that again. She will get us into trouble.
I know.
Boys, I was present when the fire home. I leave for Queensland, I see grounds for my right. Well, there is no, and the weather is rough, and the winds do blow.
And then he said, "You have no right to treat us like this."
And the doctor, what did he say?
He laughed.
My God.
Drinking of strong beer. I had to wake up.
She will do it again, you know. Oh, the girl doctor, Colden. She won't stop asking.
Not that again. She will get us into trouble.
I know.
Well, there is no, and the weather is rough, and the winds do blow, and there's little comfort here. I'd sooner be snug in a dead fall tub, drinking of strong beer.
"You have no right to treat us like this."
And the doctor, what did he say?
He laughed.
My God.
You said
I leave for Queensland, I see grounds.
She will do it again, you know.
Well, there is no,
the girl doctor, Colden. She won't stop asking.
And the
Not that again. She will get us into trouble.
I know.
I'd sooner be snug in a dead fall tub, drinking of strong beer. I had the wake of the girly boys. I was present when the fire hole.
And then he said, "You have no right to treat us like this."
And the doctor, what did he say?
He laughed.
My God.
You said, and the winds do blow, and there's little comfort.
She will do it again, you know. Oh, the girl doctor, Colden. She won't stop asking.
Not that again. She will get us into trouble.
I know.
The wake of the girly boys. I was present when the fire hole. I leave for Queensland, I see grounds for my right. Well, there is no, and the weather is rough, and the winds do blow.
"You have no right to treat us like this."
And the doctor, what did he say?
He laughed.
My God.
You said,
drinking of strong beer.
She will do it again, you know. Oh, the girl doctor, Colden. She won't stop asking.
Not that again. She will get us into trouble.
I see grounds for my right. Well, there is no, and the weather is rough, and the winds do blow, and there's little comfort here. I'd sooner be snug in a dead fall tub, drinking
Then he said,
of
"You
strong
have no right to
beer."
treat us like this."
And the doctor, what did he say?
He laughed.
My God.
You said,
She will do it again, you know. Oh, the girl doctor, Colden. She won't stop asking.
Not that again. She will get us into trouble.
I know.
Comfort here. I'd sooner be snug in a dead fall tub, drinking of strong beer. I had the wake of the girly boys.
right to treat us like this.
And the doctor, what did he say?
He laughed.
My God.
You said it.
And the weather is rough, and the winds do blow, and the air
She will do it again, you know.
cold here.
The girl doctor, Colder. She won't stop asking.
Not that again. She will get us into trouble.
I know.
I had the wing of the girly boys. I was by the man to fly home. I leave old Greenslands, icy grounds, for not a right. Well, there is no. And the weather
And then he
is
said,
rough, and the
you have no
winds
right to
do
treat us
blow.
like this.
And the doctor, what did he say?
He laughed.
My God.
You said
In a dead fall tub, drinking all strong beer.
She will do it again, you know. The girl doctor, Colder. She won't stop asking.
not that again. She will get us into trouble.
I know.
Icy grounds for not a right. Well, there is no. And the weather is rough, and the winds do blow, and there's little comfort here. I'd sooner be snug in a dead fall.
And then he said, you have no right to treat us like this.
And the doctor, what did he say?
He laughed.
My God.
You said
I was by the man to fly home. I'd leave old
She will do it again, you know.
icy ground.
The girl doctor, Colder. She won't stop asking.
not that again.
The weather
She will get us into trouble.
and the winds
I know.
and there's little comfort here. I'd sooner be snug in a dead fall tub, drinking all strong beer. I had the wing of the girly boys. I was by the
And then
man
he
to
said,
fly home.
you have no right to treat us like this.
And the doctor, what did he say?
He laughed.
My God.
Well, there is no. And the weather is rough, and the winds do blow.
She will do it again, you know.
There's little comfort
The girl doctor,
here.
Colder. She won't
I'd
stop
sooner
asking.
be snagged
Not that
in a
again.
dead fall
She will
tub,
get us into trouble.
drinking
I know.
all strong beer. I had the wing of the girly boys. I was by the man to fly home. I'd leave old Greenslands, icy grounds, for not a right. Well, there is no.
And then he said,
And the weather
you have
is
no
rough,
right to treat us
and the
like this.
winds do blow,
And the doctor, what did he
there's
say?
little
He laughed.
comfort here.
My God.
I'd sooner be snug in a dead fall tub, drinking all
will do it
strong
again, you
beer.
The girl doctor, Colder. She won't stop asking.
Not that again. She will get us into trouble.
I know.
Greenslands, icy grounds, for not a right. Well, there is no. And the weather is rough, and the winds do blow, and there's little comfort here. I'd sooner be snagged
And then he
in a
said,
dead fall
you have no
tub,
right to treat us like this.
And the
all
doctor,
strong
what did he say?
beer.
He laughed.
My God.
You said,
Boys, I was by the man to fly home.
She will do it again, you know.
Greenslands,
The girl doctor,
icy
Colder.
grounds,
She
for
won't
not
stop
a right.
asking.
Well,
Not
there
that
is
again.
no.
She will get us into trouble.
Weather is rough,
I know.
and the winds do blow, and there's little comfort here. I'd sooner be snug in a dead fall tub, drinking all strong beer. I had the wing of the girl
treat us like this.
And the doctor, what did he say?
He laughed.
My God.
Who said it?
Well, there is no. And the weather is rough.
She will do it again, you know.
To blow.
The girl doctor. Cold. She won't stop asking.
Not that again. She will get us into trouble.
I know.
Drinking of strong beer. If I had the wing of the girly boys, I was with a man to fly home. I'd leave all Queensland's icy grounds for not a ride. Well, there is no.
You have no right to treat us like this.
And the doctor, what did he say?
He laughed.
My God.
Who said it?
I'd sooner be snug in a dead fall town.
She will do it again, you know.
Of strong beer.
The girl doctor. Cold. She won't stop asking.
Not that again. She will get us into trouble.
I know.
I'd leave all Queensland's icy grounds for not a ride. Well, there is no. And the weather is rough, and the winds do blow, and there's little comfort here.
And then he said, you have no right to treat us like this.
And the doctor, what did he say?
He laughed.
My God.
Who said
Wing of the girly boys, I was with a man to fly.
She will do it again, you know.
Oh,
the girl doctor. Cold. She won't stop asking.
not that again. She will get us into trouble.
I know.
Rough, and the winds do blow, and there's little comfort here. I'd sooner be snug in a dead fall town, drinking of strong beer. If I had the wing of the girly boys,
you have no right to treat us like this.
And the doctor, what did he say?
He laughed.
My God.
Icy grounds for not a ride. Well, there is no. And the weather
will do it again.
is rough, and the winds
The girl
do
doctor.
blow.
Cold. She won't stop asking.
Not that again. She will get us into trouble.
In a dead fall town, drinking of strong beer. If I had the wing of the girly boys, I was with a man to fly home. I'd leave all Queensland's icy grounds for not a
He
ride.
said,
Well,
you
there
have
is
no right to treat us like this.
And the
And
weather
the doctor,
is rough,
what did he say?
and the wind
He laughed.
blow.
My God.
There's little comfort here. I'd sooner be snug in a dead
She will do it again, you know.
Drinking
The girl
of
doctor.
strong
Cold.
beer.
She won't stop asking.
Not that again. She will get us into trouble.
I know.
The man to fly home. I'd leave all Queensland's icy grounds for not a ride. Well, there is no. And the weather is rough, and the winds do blow, and there's little comfort here.
And then he said, you have no right to treat us like this.
And the doctor, what did he say?
He laughed.
My God.
You said it.
If I had the wing of the girly boys, I was
She will do
with
it
a man
again.
to fly home.
The girl doctor. Cold. She won't stop asking.
Icy
Not that again.
for not
She
a
will
ride.
get us into
Well,
trouble.
there is no.
I know.
And the weather is rough, and the winds do blow, and there's little comfort here. I'd sooner be snug in a dead fall town, drinking of strong beer.
treat us like this.
And the doctor, what did he say?
He laughed.
My God.
You said it.
Icy grounds for my right. Well, there is no.
She will do it again, you know.
And the weather is rough.
The girl doctor.
And the wind
cold.
To blow.
She won't stop asking.
Not that again. She will get us into trouble.
I know.
In a dead fall town, drinking all strong beer. I had the wing of the girly boys. I was with a man to fly home. I'd leave for Greenland's icy grounds. For
you have no right to treat us like this.
And the doctor, what did he say?
He laughed.
And the wind to blow.
You said
and there's a little comfort here. I'd sooner be
she will do it again, you know.
In a dead fall town.
The girl doctor,
drinking
cold. She won't stop asking.
Not that again. She will get us into trouble.
I know.
I was with a man to fly home. I'd leave for Queensland's icy grounds for my right. Well, there is no. And the weather is rough, and the winds do blow, and there's a little comfort here.
You have no right to treat us like this.
And the doctor, what did he say?
He laughed.
My God.
All strong beer. I had the wing of the girly boy.
She will do it again.
I was with a man to fly home.
Cold. She won't stop asking.
Not that again. She will get us into trouble.
I know.
Well, there is no. And the weather is rough, and the winds do blow, and there's a little comfort here. I'd sooner be snug in a dead fall town, drinking all strong beer.
And then he said, you have no right to treat us like this.
And the doctor, what did he say?
He laughed.
My God.
You said
Queensland's icy grounds for my right. Well, there is no.
Oh.
The girl doctor, cold. She won't stop asking.
Not that again. She will get us into trouble.
I'd sooner be snug in a dead fall town, drinking all strong beer. I had the wing of the girly boys. I was with a man to fly home. I'd leave for Queensland.
And then he said, you have no right to treat us like this.
Well,
and the doctor,
there is no.
What did he say?
He laughed.
My God.
And the winds do blow, and there's a little comfort here.
She will do it again, you know.
Be snug in a
girl
dead
doctor,
fall
cold.
town,
She won't stop asking.
all
Not that
strong
again.
beer.
She will get us into trouble.
I had the wing of the girly boys. I was with a man to fly home. I'd leave for Queensland's icy grounds for my right. Well, there is no. And the weather is rough, and the winds do blow.
And then he said, you have no right to treat us like this.
And the doctor, what did he say?
He laughed.
My God.
Drinking all strong beer. I had the wing of
She will do it again, you know.
girly boys.
The girl doctor, cold. She won't stop asking.
Not that again. She will get us into trouble.
I know.
Well, there is no. And the weather is rough, and the winds do blow, and there's a little comfort here. I'd sooner be snug in a dead fall town, drinking
right to treat us like this.
And the doctor, what did he say?
He laughed.
My God.
You said it.
She will do it again, you know.
Well, there is
The
no
girl doctor. Cold. She won't stop asking.
Not that again. She will get us into trouble.
I know.
I'd sooner be snug in a dead fall town, drinking of strong beer. I had to wake all the girly boys. I was by the bellfly hole.
And then he said, you have no right to treat us like this.
And the doctor, what did he say?
Well, there
He
is
laughed.
My God.
and the weather is rough, and the winds do blow, and there's little comfort.
She will do it again, you know.
Oh,
I'd sooner
The girl
be
doctor.
snug
Cold.
in a dead
She won't
fall
stop
town,
asking.
not that again.
of
She
strong
will get us into trouble.
I know.
I had to wake all the girly boys. I was by the bellfly hole. I'd leave all Queensland's icy grounds for not right. Well, there is no. And the weather is rough, and the winds do blow.
You have no right to treat us like this.
And the doctor, what did he say?
He laughed.
My God.
In a dead fall town, drinking of strong beer.
She will do it again, you know. The girl doctor. Cold. She won't stop asking.
Not that again. She will get us into trouble.
I know.
Icy grounds for not right. Well, there is no. And the weather is rough, and the winds do blow, and there's little comfort here. I'd sooner be snug in a dead fall town, drinking of
You have no
strong
right to treat us
beer.
like this.
And the doctor, what did he say?
He laughed.
My God.
I'd leave all Queensland's icy grounds for not right.
The girl doctor.
Well, there is
Cold.
no.
She won't stop asking.
And the weather
Not that
is
again.
rough, and the
She
wind
will get us into trouble.
I know.
comfort here. I'd sooner be snug in a dead fall town, drinking of strong beer. I had to wake all the girly boys. I was by the bellfly hole.
And then he said, you have no right to treat us like this.
And the doctor, what did he say?
He laughed.
Well, there is
God.
no.
You said
And the weather is rough, and the winds do blow, and there's
She will do it again, you know.
comfort here.
The girl doctor.
I'd
Cold.
sooner be
She won't
snug
stop
in a
asking.
dead fall
Not that
town,
again. She will
drinking
get us into
of
trouble.
strong beer.
I know.
I had to wake all the girly boys. I was by the bellfly hole. I'd leave all Queensland's icy grounds for not right. Well, there is no. And the weather
then he
is
said,
rough, and the
you have no
winds
right to
do
treat us
blow,
like this.
and there's
And the doctor, what did he
comfort
say?
He
here.
laughed.
My
I'd sooner
God.
be snug
You said it.
in a dead fall town, drinking of strong beer.
She will do it again, you know.
I had to
The
wake
girl
all
doctor.
the girly
Cold.
boys.
She won't stop asking.
I was by the
Not that again.
bellfly hole.
She will get us into trouble.
I'd leave
I know.
Queensland's icy grounds for not right. Well, there is no. And the weather is rough, and the winds do blow, and there's little comfort here. I'd sooner be snug
right to treat us like this.
And the doctor, what did he say?
He laughed.
My God.
You said
She will do it again, you know.
Oh.
The girl doctor, Cold. She won't stop asking.
Not that again. She will get us into trouble.
I know.
And there's little comfort here. I'd sooner be snug in a dead-fall tub, drinking of strong beer. I had to blame all the girly boys. I was but a man to fly home.
You have no right to treat us like this.
And the doctor, what did he say?
He laughed.
My God.
Well, there is no. And the weather is rough, and the winds do
She
blow.
will do it again, you know.
There's little
The girl
comfort
doctor,
here.
Cold. She won't stop asking.
Not that again. She will get us into trouble.
Drinking
I know.
of strong beer. I had to wake all the girly boys. I was but a man to fly home. I'd leave for Queensland's icy grounds for not a ride. Well, there is no.
And then he said,
And the weather
you have no
is
right
rough,
to treat us like
and the
this.
winds do
The
blow.
doctor, what did he say?
He laughed.
My God.
You
I'd
said,
sooner be snug in a dead-fall tub, drinking
She will
of
do it
strong
again,
beer.
oh,
The girl doctor, Cold. She won't stop asking.
not that again. She will get us into trouble.
I know.
Queensland's icy grounds for not a ride. Well, there is no. And the weather is rough, and the winds do blow, and there's little comfort here. I'd sooner be snug
And then he said,
in a dead-fall
you have no
tub,
right to treat us like this.
drinking
The
of
doctor,
strong beer.
what did he say?
He laughed.
My
God.
You girly boys. I was but a man to fly home.
She will do it again, you know.
Queensland's
The girl doctor,
icy
Cold.
grounds
She
for
won't
not
stop
a ride.
asking.
Well,
Not
there
that
is
again.
no.
She will get us into trouble.
The weather is rough,
I know.
and the winds do blow, and there's little comfort here. I'd sooner be snug in a dead-fall tub, drinking of strong beer. I had to wake all the girly boys.
And then he said,
I was but
you
a
have
man
no right to treat
fly
us like
home.
this.
And the doctor, what did he say?
He laughed.
Icy
My God.
grounds for
You
not a
said,
ride. Well, there is no. And the weather is rough.
She will do
and
it
the
again, you know.
winds do blow. And
The girl
there's
doctor,
little
Cold.
comfort
She won't stop
here.
asking.
Not that
I'd
again.
sooner be snug
She will get
in
us
a
into trouble.
dead-fall tub,
I know.
drinking of strong beer. I had to wake all the girly boys. I was but a man to fly home. I'd leave for Queensland's icy grounds for not a ride. Well, there is no.
You have no right to treat us like
Weather
this.
is rough,
And the doctor,
and the wind
what did he say?
blow.
He laughed.
There's little
My God.
comfort here. I'd sooner be snug in a dead-fall tub,
She will do it again, you know.
drinking of strong
The
beer.
girl doctor, Cold. She won't stop asking.
Not that again. She will get us into trouble.
I know. I'd leave for Queensland's icy grounds for not a ride. Well, there is no. And the weather is rough, and the winds do blow, and there's little comfort here.
Then he said, "You have no right to treat us like this."
And the doctor, what did he say?
He laughed.
My God.
I had to wake all the girly boys. I was better than the fire.
He'll do it again, you know.
Oh,
the girl doctor. Cold. She won't stop asking.
Not that again. She will get us into trouble.
I
The
know.
weather is rough, and the winds do blow, and there's little comfort here. I'd sooner be snug in a dead-fall tub, drinking all strong beer. I had to wake all the girly boys.
You have no right to treat us like this.
And the doctor, what did he say?
He laughed.
My God.
I see grounds for my right. Well, there is no. And the
We'll
weather
do it again.
is rough, and the winds
The girl
do
doctor.
blow.
Cold. She won't stop asking.
Not that again. She will get us into trouble.
In a
I
dead-fall tub, drinking all strong beer. I had to wake all the girly boys. I was better than the fire hole. I'd leave all Queensland's icy grounds for
And then
my
he said,
right. Well,
"You have
there
no
is
right to
no.
treat us like this."
And the
And the
weather
doctor,
is
what did he
rough,
say?
and the wind
laughed.
to blow.
My God.
There's little comfort here. I'd sooner be snug in a dead
She will do it again.
drinking
The girl doctor.
all strong
Cold.
beer.
She won't stop asking.
Not that again. She will get us into trouble.
I know.
Than the fire hole. I'd leave all Queensland's icy grounds for my right. Well, there is no. And the weather is rough, and the winds do blow, and there's little comfort
And then
here.
he said, "You have no right to treat us like this."
In a
And the
dead
doctor,
fall
what did
tub,
he say?
drinking
He laughed.
all
My
strong
God.
beer.
Who said it?
I had to wake all the girly boys. I was
She will do it again.
than the fire hole.
The girl doctor. Cold. She won't stop asking.
I
Not that again. She will get us into trouble.
There is
I
no.
know. I know.
And the weather is rough, and the winds do blow, and there's little comfort here. I'd sooner be snug in a dead-fall tub, drinking all strong beer.
And then he said, "You have no right to treat us like this."
And the doctor, what did he say?
He laughed.
My God.
Who said it?
I see grounds for my right. Well, there is no.
She will do it again, you know.
And the weather is
The
rough,
girl doctor.
and the
Cold.
winds do blow.
She won't stop asking.
Not that again. She will get us into trouble.
I'd sooner
I know.
be
I know.
snug in a dead-fall tub, drinking all strong beer. I had to wake all the girly boys. I was better than the fire hole. I'd leave all Queensland's icy grounds.
You have no right to treat us
Well,
like
there
this.
is no.
And the doctor, what did he say?
The weather
He
is
laughed.
rough, and the
My
winds do blow.
Who said it?
And there's little comfort here. I'd sooner be
She will do it
snug
again, you know.
in a dead-fall tub,
The girl doctor.
drinking
Cold.
all
won't stop
strong
asking.
beer.
Not that again.
I
She will get us into trouble.
I know. I know.
I was better than the fire hole. I'd leave all Queensland's icy grounds for my right. Well, there is no. And the weather is rough, and
right to treat us like this.
And the doctor, what did he say?
He laughed.
My God.
All strong beer. I had to wake up the girl.
She will do it again, you know.
The
girl, Colder. She won't stop asking.
Not that again. She will get us into trouble.
I know.
Well, there is no. And the weather is rough, and the winds do blow, and there's little comfort here. I'd sooner be snug in a dead-fall tub, drinking of strong beer.
And then he said, you have no right to treat us like this.
And the doctor, what did he say?
He laughed.
My God.
You sick.
Icy grounds for not a right. Well, there is no.
Oh.
The girl, doctor. Colder. She won't stop asking.
Not that again. She will get us into trouble.
I know.
I'd sooner be snug in a dead-fall tub, drinking of strong beer. I had to wake up the girly boys. I was by the man fly home. I'd leave for Greensland.
And then he said, you have no right to treat us like this.
And the doctor, what did he say?
He laughed.
My God.
And the winds do blow, and there's little comfort here.
She will do it again.
Sooner be snug
The
in
girl,
a
doctor.
dead-fall
Colder. She won't stop asking.
Not
that again. She will get us into trouble.
I had to wake up the girly boys. I was by the man fly home. I'd leave for Greensland's icy grounds for not a right. Well, there is no. And the weather is rough, and the winds do blow.
And then he said, you have no right to treat us like this.
And the doctor, what did he say?
He laughed.
My God.
Drinking of strong beer. I had to wake up the girly boys.
The girl, doctor.
The man fly
She won't stop
home.
asking.
Not that again.
Greensland.
She will get us into trouble.
Icy grounds
I
for
know.
not a right. Well, there is no. And the weather is rough, and the winds do blow, and there's little comfort here. I'd sooner be snug in a dead-fall tub, drinking of strong beer.
You have no right to treat us like this.
The wake of the girl,
what did he say?
Boys.
He
I
laughed.
was by the man fly home. I'd leave for Greensland's icy grounds.
She will do
for
it
not
again.
a right. Well, there is
The girl,
no.
doctor. Colder.
And the
She won't
weather
stop
is
asking.
rough, and the
that again.
winds do blow.
She will get us into
There's
trouble.
little comfort here. I'd sooner be snug in a dead-fall tub, drinking of strong beer. I had to wake up the girly boys. I was by the man fly home.
And then
I'd
he said,
leave for
you have
Greensland.
no right to treat us like
Icy
this.
grounds
And the doctor,
for not a
what
right.
did he say?
Well, there is no.
My God.
And the weather is rough, and the winds do blow, and there's little comfort
She will do it again.
here.
Oh.
I'd sooner
girl,
be
doctor.
snug
Colder.
in a
She won't
dead-fall
stop
tub, drinking
again.
of strong
get us into trouble.
beer.
I know.
I had to wake up the girly boys. I was by the man fly home. I'd leave for Greensland's icy grounds for not a right. Well, there is no. And the weather is rough, and the winds to blow.
You have no right to treat us like this.
Comfort here.
What did he say?
I'd sooner be snapped in a deathfall tub, a drinking of strong beer. I had the wing of the girl, the boys.
Cold.
I was
She
where
won't
the
stop
men
asking.
fly
Not
home.
that again. She'll get us into trouble.
Icy grounds for not a right. Well, there is no. And the weather is rough, and the winds do blow, and there's little comfort